Wow. It's been some time since the last time we've done this. Ooh, quick life update on how things are going. Well, having the agency, having my own business and growing. There's been a very, very tough moment, maybe about a month ago, of a video that I haven't posted yet, which I will later on. And I guess that's where you kind of stopped, where things were really, really tough for us. For me, in terms of making things happen, achieving things, and it was like I was in a really tough spot, and I felt desperate. I felt maybe even despair to a certain extent. But I knew it was all gonna work out. I knew it. In the back of my mind, I knew no matter what would happen, no matter how bad things got, we would keep on pulling through, and we would be the best. And that's how life is sometimes. Whenever there's always a tough ass moment, when you get through it, you get to the other side, blessings come your way. Right now, we're at a point where we're incredibly. We're one of the best companies out there when it comes to our niche for medical spas. There's not one company I know out there that is better than us in terms of bringing results consistently and client success. Nobody's better than us. And I understand that might sound egotistical, yet that's where I stand in terms of our results. It's now we're I'm going to Albania for a trip, and for my kind of one of my first kind of trips. And that's very, very exciting, to the point where we're going to be working there. We're going to be staying there for a long time, just fully focused in and just no distractions, just fully zoned in. Accountability is there as well, and I'm very curious to see how that's going to play out in terms of achieving greater success. Because last year I didn't do any of that. I stayed at home, didn't really feel the need to keep on pushing onwards until the end of the year, which is last year. And now I'm at a point where it's 2025 is my year. The craziest things are going to happen. Crazy great things are going to happen, and I know incredible things are going to be coming my way in 2025. Goals, dreams that I always want to accomplish, they're about to come true. I'm fully aware about that. I'm fully confident in that as well. So right now I'm at a point where it's things are about to get crazy. After years of hard work, years of grinding, years of putting in, it's now I'm reaping the fruits of my labor for the first time in a long time. Where it's I'm gonna enjoy the life that I've built, and I'm gonna enjoy it to my fullest extent. So right now, that's what I'm pretty much waiting for. Really excited for it to happen. Super stoked. It's gonna be an incredible trip. It's gonna be with one of my closest friends. Yeah, we're just gonna lock in. See what happens when you partner with somebody within the same thing that's focused on accomplishing the same kind of vision, but he has his own why, and it's I have my why, but it's we want the same kind of thing. It's to succeed, it's to kick ass, it's to achieve our dreams and goals. It's totally incredible to see how much you can pull off with hard work. I understand this as well. It's it's not always that I'm like working hardest. There are days when I slack off. Everybody has those. But it's just like, I think I'll be able to expand a little bit more on that later on once I'm there. But it's just when you leave your home, leave all the distractions away, put them all to the side, and focus on making one thing happen and devoting yourself to it. I'm curious to see what would happen. I think that's going to be a very pivotal moment in my life where things are just going to fly off. We're just going to take off. And it's all going to, and I'm going to be thinking like, this happened in one night. This happened so fast. But that's what happens when you like get out of the race, if that makes sense, like rat race, if you know what I mean. It's like you're a full-fledged person that's like fully focused. And there isn't really like a big reason why I made this video, probably because it's like to track down like what's been going on lately, how things are going. And I want you to know one thing as well that I realized in these past few months is like, it will get better. Things do get better as long as you keep pushing. As long as you keep trying, like things will literally get better. It's impossible for it not to get better if you keep on putting in the work. Like there's no possible way. It's like saying, it's like no matter how many times I go to the gym, I'm not going to get stronger. That's just not true, It's like you got to be consistent with it. You got to show up and you got to do it. You got to make it happen no matter how you feel. And I'm noticing a lot of like periods in my life where I've grown to the point where it's like, oh wow, this makes so much more sense. It's like kind of like getting rid of tunnel vision, removing ego from growth, and it's like just fully focusing on making one thing happen. And it's just truly incredible. It's like, I mentioned this as well, it's like, give it 5 years. 5 years. Just, you really think if you devote yourself to e-commerce, your own business, or whatever you want to do, mentoring, like really, you won't become great after 5 years? You really believe that if you put in the work? So it's like right now, we're more than 3 years in now. So it's like, we're sending off. We're going off. We're literally going to be the best. Nobody's going to be better than us. Gonna leave everybody in the dust. And everybody's gonna come to us for help when it comes to agency side of things. In terms of like, making sure that their business is flourishing. Just that's what I'm waiting for. Just we're gonna go crazier on the ad side of things. Have more clinics reach out to us so that we can help them. And yeah, it's like just even another thing that I learned like in sales, in terms of sales, like it's always very important to focus on conversations. You should memorize the frameworks like the back of your hand. Just memorize them to a T. But just sort of like forget about them and focus on the conversation, because when you focus on the conversation, you always tend to go through the frameworks that you have for like the frameworks of like sales, so on and so forth. And yeah, so we're going to be getting a little bit of camera gear, most likely. Just going to prepare for this trip. And yeah, pray to God that it goes all well, that nothing bad happens. And that things go exactly as we wanted. Incredible heights will be achieved. Goals will be reached. Lives will be changed. Team members will be helped, taken care of. Clients and clinics will be taken care of. They're succeeding. And yeah, everybody is working towards helping each other. Because it's like a loop. Like we help the clinics, clinics help the patients, patients help the clinic, clinics helps us. So it's all like a circle of growth, triangular growth, if that makes sense. So yeah, without further ado, anytime you're struggling with anything in life, just keep going. No matter how tough that shit gets, no matter how bad it gets, just keep on moving forward and don't stop. because it will all work out. It will all work out. So yeah, hopefully this trip goes extremely well. And I'll make sure to update this a little bit more. Just sort of back into it right now. So yeah,